Hey, you guys watching this? Bitcoin sliding. Looks like the whole market's sliding, but I want to watch this one specifically in particular because, as you can see by I took a snapshot just before I started this, and we were at 18,336, 18,336, 387, and right now we're at 18,188, and this has just been a few minutes. So interesting. Something to watch while we listen to some craziness, don't you think? We could do music if you want, or we could do something even more nefarious than music. A short reminder of what's coming up. Later on today, I'll be joined by somebody who knows Justin Downing and worked with Justin Downing and has something to say about the indictment against Justin Downing. And then we have Patrick Thacker, a psychopath. I've been holding off on Patrick Thacker for a while. It started off when I got COVID, so that sort of pushed it. And then while I was recovering from COVID, or even while I had COVID, I can't remember, Mrs. Parker sent me a little, or she let it slip, that Patrick Thacker is a criminal. And I didn't know anything about Patrick Thacker being a criminal. So we will be discussing that. Hopefully tomorrow, which is where I've scheduled it, or for when I've scheduled it. But I really have some video editing to do because he said some really stupid things. Patrick Thacker did. So while he was, as usual, not thinking about what he's saying. So I want to capture a little bit of that, make a fool of him, make some fun, poke some fun at him, because he's obviously not in a very dire situation these days of really not having a bright future ahead, to say the least. So I thought we'd poke a little fun at him, get him to laugh at himself a little bit because he's such a dumb fucking idiot. And it's time that he realized it and had a good laugh at himself. Let's go back to the what do they call it here? The market. Bitcoin. How's it doing? Oh. All right, let me go to the chat. Hillary's emails. Hello. Thank you for joining. My rifle and bullets never seem to decline in value. Yeah. You don't know Justin Downing. I will. Well, I have videos on Justin Downing. I even think I have a. He's the EA show. If you ever see the EA show, Justin Downing. He's basically a. I'll tell you about Justin Downing. But before I do that, I'm going to say hello to Iron Charioteer. Wat gaan aan met jou? I'm still atheisting my way. Iron Charioteer. Wat gaan aan met jou? Am I a doomsday atheist? What the hell's that? If doomsday was like Star Trek or something, maybe. But I don't know what a doomsday atheist is. Anyway, Hillary. Justin Downing. Sorry, not. Sorry, Hillary. I didn't mean to say Hillary because I know you're Hillary's emails. So, Hillary. This is the Justin Downing story. He is a American Christian who is a pedophile. He obviously has been very conflicted his whole life. His first marriage ended with in a civil case filed against him by his wife and children at the time. He had a wife and 2 kids, and he was charged with domestic violence against his wife and his 2 minor children. Well, maybe charged is too severe a word. A protection order was requested by the wife and the 2 minor children against Justin Downing for domestic violence. The protection order produced a custody schedule. The protection order also required Justin Downing to surrender his weapons, because he's ex-army, so it's not surprising that he have weapons around. But he's domestic violence with the underscore on the word violence, and a weapon in the hand of somebody who has a proclivity towards violence. No, take him away. So he has to surrender his weapon, and on top of that, he did not contest the order for protection. So the temporary order for protection was turned into a permanent order for protection from Justin Downing towards his 2 young children and his wife. That was back in 2017. Last year, in 2021, Justin Downing has now been married again to somebody else, and I believe that person who he married brought in a number of children to the marriage. I believe 3. So there's 5 in. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe there's 5 minor children in total. Okay. Last year in 2021, as he's remarried and now is a father and a caregiver and a authority figure and a responsible who has a duty of responsibility towards his children to protect and secure his children from harm. That's his responsibility as a father. But instead, what Justin Downing did was he took one of his stepchildren and, according to the indictment, I don't know if he took one of his stepchildren, it might have been more, but according to the indictment from the state of Ohio, he is indicted on 2 counts. One count is sexual battery, and the second count is unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. And in both cases, the minor that is referred to under sexual battery and unlawful sexual conduct with a minor is his own stepchild. I don't know if it's a stepson. I don't know if it's a stepdaughter. I know it's his stepchild that he had sex with. Justin Downing, he's 30, he's probably in his early 30s. He sexually molested his own stepchild, and he proclaims his innocence. He is supported in whole by his men's misogynistic Muslim group, his community that he's fallen into. And he's still on the internet under EA Dawa. That's his channel, EA Dawa, DAWAH. And he's still on the YouTubes giving Islamic advice and explaining to people why only the Islamic God makes sense, etc., 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 while waiting trial for his gross, egregious, reprehensible acts of perversion against a minor, being his own stepchild. And why? For his own satisfaction. That's fucking why. All right. Okay, I think I've poked a bear here. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Iron Charioteer. I can understand doomsday Christians because they want to be with Jesus, but okay. Not doomsday atheists. All right. Are you invested in Bitcoin? Me, I am not. I don't have one penny invested in Bitcoin. Oh, it's going up a little bit. I have not one penny invested in Bitcoin. Never have. Probably never will. These are serious charges, Iron. Absolutely, they're just serious charges. Wow. Very serious charges. So why everybody's when I bring them up, man, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting flack by people saying to me, "But do you have any evidence? It's just he's innocent until guilty here in the United States and blah 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 blah." Well, one guy even asked me if I have all the evidence that's going to be given at the trial. Do I have it all? If I have it all, okay, then I have a right to say something. If I don't have it all, then shut the fuck up. I have the indictment. Do you guys want to see the indictment? Have you? I'll tell you what, because Hillary's emails hasn't seen the indictment, right? So I'm going to go find it. I'm going to go find it, and I'm going to throw it up here for all to see. Okay? But of course, you're going to have to give me one moment to find it. Oh, there it is. All right, so all I'll do is I'll just step away from Bitcoin for a second. We'll come back. It's at 18,199. We'll come 18,197. So we'll show Hillary's emails all about Justin Downing, and then we'll come back. Oh, it's back up to 18,200. All right. So here we are. Hillary's emails. This is the indictment filed against Justine Dawa. Justin Dawa, Justin Downing. Fucking hell, I don't know what you want to call him there. I have his mugshot somewhere. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's him. Kalilula, he calls himself, and that's his enabler, Issa, next to him. What's this one? Nothing. Where do I have his, That's okay, I'll go find it. I go find it. Just give me one moment. Yeah, make it a little bigger for you. Okay, so there he is with that's his mugshot, and that's his indictment. All right, let's see. All right, so Iron says, are you invested in Bitcoin? I say nope. And then you say, Christians can't wait for the world to end because they want everyone else on earth to roast in hell and laugh at them and then have the satisfaction of saying, I told you so. Yeah. YouTube atheists are not addressing Justin Downey because they are waiting for more evidence. Well, they don't have the evidence that they're waiting for. I do. These are serious charges, definitely, Iron. I think they want to wait for the results of the trial. Sidney Winston, do you think Justin is suffering from PTSD from the Afghanistan tour of duty? Something traumatic must have happened there. What do you think? Well, sure, he might be suffering from PTSD, but that doesn't hasn't made every other soldier suffering from PTSD want to right away go and fuck their own children. Because war can really fuck one up. Yes, I agree, but not every some. We don't see a host of soldiers coming back from war with PTSD, uh, running. It's disgusting to even think of, just running after their children for sex. It's just disgusting. Anyway, there it is on the screen. That's him. That's his mugshot. That's his indictment. The charges are revolting. Think of the trauma on the child and the children as a whole in the family unit. Just think of the trauma. They're teens, right? They're minors. Imagine the trauma that all 5 of those kids are going to take with them through the rest of their lives. The 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 disappointment, you trust your father, right? He let you down to such an extent that he goes to jail for having sex with you or one of your brothers and sisters. It boggles the mind. This man should not be on the internet. This man should not be. This man should be. He should be watched 24/7. I believe he's under house arrest right now, but he's still allowed on the internet. That doesn't make sense at all. So yeah, lots of trauma on the family. It's just not a good thing for anyone. I don't give a fuck about Justin Downing. He can rot in jail. So let's go back to our friends at it's climbing to 18,298. Wow. It was 18,197 if I remember at one point saying. Now it's climbing back up. Isn't that cool? Can I go any? Oh, what's it giving me here? Oh, there we go. Oh shit. Why did I lose that? Ah, there we go. 3 p.m. So 3 p.m. So this must be fairly yeah, it's got to be fairly recent, one would figure. Oh, okay. The Muslim conversion apparently came after some Muslim man got Justin Downing into a room and spoke to him and converted him. So he's really a dimwit. Justin Downing is. He's a very, very, very elite and elite dimwit who happens to be in the news right now. He happens to be being focused on by his peers. Well, maybe not his Muslim peers because they seem to be applauding what he's doing. But you're going to wonder about the sickness of Islam. When a guy like Justin Downing can have sex with a minor, sure, it's his child, but still a minor, the Muslims don't really care because, in my opinion, their prophet, their pedophile prophet, had sex with a minor. So if the pedophile prophet Muhammad can have sex with a minor, then obviously, because the pedophile prophet Muhammad is perfect, then if you mimic the pedophile prophet Muhammad's actions here on earth, you're not doing anything wrong. This is the way dimwit Justin Downing thinks. I mean, he's changed his name so many fucking times. Uh-oh, it's falling. It was 18,300, wasn't it, when we came back, and now it's falling, falling, falling. I'm just watching Bitcoin. I'm not watching anything else here. if you want to watch we could watch the crypto market as a whole, but just I think this is an excellent indicator of what's happening around the cryptocurrency in the cryptocurrency world. Now, I remember not that long ago, just a couple of weeks ago, I was watching a YouTube channel where they were talking about, well, one guy was talking about, an expert was talking about the Bitcoin, and he said, oh, this is the expert. He says he took a real gamble and bought Bitcoin at 28,000. Ooh, and everybody's thinking, "Wow, you're so brave." At 28,000, okay, that was just a few weeks ago. Not even time kind of just seems to slide by quite quickly, but it's now $10,000 less than what he bought it at not that long ago. You guys still into this? Because I could sit here and watch the market for a bit. It's kind of weird that it's a one-way conversation. So, in light of that, how about I throw something on there that's let's see, what have I got? What have I got? Oh, I have a video here where that asshole Justin Downing talks about me. Where is it? Ah, there we go. There we go. Found it. All right, I'll just let it stop playing. Bring it in a second.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for joining another episode of EA Dawa. My name is Khalilullah, and this is a very special last-minute episode that I was just given some information from a mutual friend of myself and who I'm going to be speaking about, and they had just finished up a video just a few minutes ago of a review of me, and this is quite a hilarious video to watch. The video, and if you'd like me to, I'll go ahead and just bring this up real quick. So this is a video by somebody by the name of Sidney Williams, right?
I'm Sidney Williams,
just to
remember?
make things extremely clear, this is who we're talking about. This guy right here, old Sidney Williams, right? Heretic, godless, agnostic, humanist, rationalist, free thinker, secular, infidel, non-believer. Okay. I have a lot of stuff to say about this. How can you be an atheist heretic? That would be my first question. Godless, sure. Agnostic, sure. Humanist. His video, he was attacking my person on multiple occasions, which crosses out humanist. Rationalist, he made a lot of irrational claims, and I'll be pointing those out for you guys. I've sped the video up. We're gonna watch the video at 1.5. I do believe that it makes him sound a little bit more intelligent when we speed up the video and let him talk faster. But he's also a free thinker. Well, here's the thing. I think you're a materialist, Sidney. And if you're a materialist, then everything's just predetermined by the universe. Not that the universe chose it, but there's just a cause and effect that goes with everything. So did you really think freely, or were you just determined to think that way? I think there's a lot of issues with your profile picture here, bud. But he has this YouTube channel called Sidney Winston. Got a huge follow. My bad. Okay, never mind. Not huge. Not huge. 65 views so far. And we're looking at 656 subscribers. So that I hope his channel grows. I hope he gains more subscribers. I hope that this video will help him gain more subscribers. I commented a few times, and I'll go through all that stuff. He's got one comment on it so far. But yeah, I'm going to go through this and hear some of the things that he has to say. He's reviewing one of my videos that I did speaking with some atheists. And here's the thing. This video right here is blatantly and obviously damage control. So he's using this review of the video to where there's this punk little kid who I entered the room and he automatically started calling me a pedophile sympathizer and all these other things. And I responded in kind. I responded like a mirror to this kid. And I was very aggressive right back with him, to which I believe is completely justified because I act like a mirror to these people. So I'm going to do the exact same thing in this video. Normally, you guys can see me having very good, nice conversations with people, but this guy wants to be a prick, so we're going to go ahead and respond in kind. So let's go ahead and just take a look at some of the things that he says. Like I said, I've sped it up just to kind of get through it a little bit quicker. And we may not go through the whole thing. I just want to take a look. I only watched a few minutes of it and was like, man, this is amazing content that I actually have to put on my channel. So if you guys want to, I will be. I did send out a message just so you guys know. I sent out a message to Sidney. If you see down here, I sent a message, hey, doing a review for you, buddy. Feel free to drop by. So I would be more than happy to have him or anybody else join the chat. If you'd like to, I'll go ahead and put I'll put the link in the chat here in a minute. But I want to go through some of this stuff. I want to go through some of what he was saying. Let me know if you guys don't hear this.
Is a little bit different. We're going to talk about a character who is a bit of an enigma in that he's a little bit like J-Dubs, who is a Christian who presents himself as an Orthodox Jew. And this guy we're going to watch or listen to today is also a Christian, but he presents himself as a devout Muslim. We shall see at the end of...
All right. So he's already saying that I am a Christian presenting myself as a devout Muslim. I'm very confused because I've clearly stated that Jesus is not God. I've clearly stated that Jesus was just a prophet and I don't need to go through Jesus to gain salvation. I think if Sidney knew anything about Christianity, that he would know that to get to the Father, you have to go through the Son, right? I don't believe that. So I'm automatically disassociated from the group, which is called...
Okay, so he's automatically presupposing God. So he's right from the very beginning. He's making an idiot of himself. You presuppose God. You stamp yourself on your forehead as dimwit, idiot. Right now, this is what he's doing. He's trying to talk about the differences between I didn't accept Jesus as God, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. It's all bullshit. Your Christian God, your Muslim God, your Jewish God, your I don't know, pagan God, whatever. It's just not real. So this guy going off on different gods and different beliefs and different faiths is just gish galloping gobbledygook. There's no reason for it. But anyway, listen to the man. He must know. He must know something. See if we can learn something. So his channel is called EA Dawa. He calls himself Kalilullah. I mean, he's a pig. He's a pig.
Christian. Okay. So I don't see how that's the case. I think that he just has a misunderstanding for some positions and presuppositional apologetics, because that's where I think he's going. He just has this idea that everybody that talks about holding certain type of axioms as presuppositional apologetics, which I get from a lot of atheists. They don't really understand these things. So I'm here to hopefully Sidney gets to watch this video.
You don't understand these things, because you're a fucking dimwit. That's why. We all know that. And now you've proved it.
And get educated. I really do hope he learned something with this episode. And like I said, I messaged him. He's more than happy.
He is trying to get me to come on his show, and he's trying to teach me. This man is a pedophile. He's got the indictment is right there. You saw it. We can go back to it in a minute. But listen to this. Listen to this man's arrogance. This guy's a narcissist, malignant narcissist. He thinks only of himself and no one else. This is the man that had sex with his own child.
Happy to drop by. He hasn't read it yet. So Sidney, this one is for you.
The video that we're going to watch and react to what is actually going on in this dude's head. But first and foremost, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Sidney Winston. I'm an atheist activist and a humanist, first and foremost, out of Vancouver, Canada.
Can you hear what
I have axioms that I
Kalila is broadcasting?
Here they are. All gods
I can recognize my voice,
and the story. Human evolution,
but I don't know what I'm saying.
by science. No debate, no questions, end of story. The 11 Satanic Rules of the Earth are more relevant than the 10 Commandments of Christianity. This one is open to debate. I would love to have any Christian falsify my claim, and I'm open to that at any time by a respectful Christian, which I don't think there are too many around.
You see how he's an angry atheist. He just talks about, I don't think there's any friendly. There's plenty of friendly Christians. There's plenty of friendly Muslims. There's plenty of friendly atheists. You're just not one of them.
Ooh, burn! Ooh, he kicked a low blow. Oh, right in my balls, he got me. Oh, I didn't think of that. The sucker punch. Jesus Christ! Listen to this. This is the philosophical musings of a child rapist who, if you look on his shirt there, just get rid of that. Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to get rid of it. Just leave it away. But if you look on his shirt there, see, he proudly advertises that he's a pedophile. Because you know that the Arabic word for pedophile is Muslim. You learn something new from Sidney Winston every day.
First and foremost, though, I am a humanist. What is humanism? Humanism.
Let's see throughout this episode how much of a humanist he acts like.
Is ethical. Humanism is rational. Humanism insists that personal liberty must be combined with social responsibility. Responds to the widespread demand for an alternative to dogmatic religion. Humanism values artistic creativity and imagination and recognizes the transforming power of art. Humanism is life stands aiming at the maximum possible fulfillment through cultivation, ethical and creative living, and offers an ethical and rational means of addressing the challenges.
I'll just double the speed.
So today we talk
because he's just going to...
It's
not about me, it's about him, right?
This is Christian guy. And by the way, it's Khalilullah. Just for future reference, brother. I understand that's a hard name to pronounce. I'm just letting you know it's Khalilullah.
Now, Khalilullah is angry. Khalilullah
I cannot get this guy's name right.
Wearing Muslim garb.
I'm not even going to try anymore.
Very strange man. This is a very strange person. And I need to just
Yes, yes.
This is
Hillary's emails. The shirt that
Real quick,
Kalila
if Sidney ever watches this, Shane the Skeptic, he's an atheist. He's also a philosopher. He's a very intelligent person.
the thing, you know what
He's looking
what
for
pisses me off
humanism.
about this this Kalila? He's always going on with philosophy. He's always going on with philosophy. I was trying to talk to him about evolution one day. Once I was on a panel with him, and I mentioned Richard Dawkins to him, you know, as part of my, you know, bringing up some kind of credible evidence, credible science. And you know what this guy Kalila did? He says to me, I don't, I don't, he says, quote, I don't accept Richard Dawkins as a credible philosopher. This coming from Kalila, who's an unskilled, or maybe he's partly skilled at something, but he's no PhD. Richard Dawkins is a PhD. You know what PhD stands for? Kalila, do you know what PhD stands for? Doctor of Philosophy. Yep, I bet you didn't know that. So you don't take Richard Dawkins seriously as a philosopher, even though he has a Doctor of Philosophy in zoology or whatever. So you see what I mean? Time and time again, I'm showing up this guy to be a dimwit. Dimwit deluxe.
With utilitarianism. At least that's what it sounds like. I would absolutely agree with you, Shane. He is looking at the greatest good for the greatest amount of people, which is separate from humanism.
I'm looking at the greatest good for the greatest amount of people. Yes, yes. This is why I absolutely discount and denounce and debunk and destroy and dismiss religion. None good.
They do cross bounds in some certain places, but no, they're two separate things.
they call him. Here we go. That's his avatar, Kalilula, an angry Christian, and he calls himself EA, which apparently stands.
I don't call myself EA. My channel is called EA Exploring Arguments. I call myself Khalil Allah, which he already said that, but then he whatever.
Stands for exploring arguments. Okay, well, I'm not so sure that he really is exploring arguments, because as you'll see, he's very bombastic and dogmatic and angry, and he's right. And he's literally out of these 20.
Do you guys see how this is damage control already?
Years old, but he knows everything, and he's like Darth Dawkins.
I don't know everything, and I'm nothing like Darth Dawkins.
You do not question Kalilula, because Kalilula knows it all. Kalilula. So let me ask you: do you want to continue and listen to this man embarrass himself? Well, I don't care what you want. Actually, I do care what you want, and I know you want to listen to Kalilula. And because you want to listen to Kalilula, I present Kalilula. Okay, so Kalilula, take it away, Kalilula. That's how he starts.
Why does that make it true, though?
Why would that be a problem? That's how I start if I'm a Muslim. Just quick question.
Because all the other ones showed to be incoherent and logically contradictory. What does that have to do with the religion itself, though?
It doesn't. It has to do with logic and reason and holding the most reasonable.
So why would you choose a religion based on logic and reason? The whole point of the religion is that you have.
Now, you see how when I posted this video, that it was posted with the angry atheist who's in here, who already, like I said, came in here calling me a pedophile sympathizer and all kinds of stuff. He's already
Pedophile sympathizer, not. You're a pedophile. You're a full-on pedophile. Kalilula. You piece of shit. You reprehensible cunt. How dare you? How dare you? What gives you the fucking right to have sex with your own children? What the fuck? And you're still in denial about it. She's horrible. I wanna take a break from this piece of shit right now. Go back to Bitcoin. It's falling. Oh dear, it's fallen. All right, let me see. When we came in, it was when I took the snapshot before I started streaming. It was 18,336. Now it's 18,119. 8,118. What do you think the day is going to end at for this Bitcoin? Another thing I was gonna ask is how many people have really lost their livelihoods, have had a change in life from, you know, doing very well and la-di-da-di-da until and having nothing, like almost like the 1929 crash. People started killing themselves and shit. Wonder, I hope, well, I'm pretty sure people here today are smarter, and there should be safety nets today, but this is not looking good for people who have invested money, especially all their money into the crypto market, especially Bitcoin. I was looking at the history of Bitcoin. When it first came out, I think one Bitcoin was which was it, $100, $200, something like that, $500, I can't remember. But either way, if you'd have spent $1,000, no, hold on a second, how did I work it out? Oh yeah. For every $100 you would have invested, if you'd have sold it at its highest value, for every $100 you would have invested, you would have made $60,000. So if you'd invested $1,000, you would have made $600,000 or $6 million. I'm not good at math. Ask Rebuke and Reprove about that. Talking about rebuke and reprove, I need to make I need to have a Rebuke and Reprove made a video making fun of me not being good at math, and I wanna do a kind of a self roast on that one. Yeah, I'm not good at math, but I want to also tackle the actual topic that we were talking about, that my shitty math gave Rebuke and Reprove the out from what we were talking about, because he used it just to laugh at me and call me, you know, everything I say is a lie, not credible, and blah blah blah. So I'd like to have poked fun at myself at some point. All right, we're gonna just watch the market a little bit. It looks like there are no viewers, so I'm just going to get some music going. How's that sound? While we watch the market. Just give me a second. I just had a crash. Not a serious crash. Ah, here we go. We're back. Wow, look at it fall. Look at that fall. Ooh, are we heading down to 17,000 a Bitcoin? I'm almost expecting it to just take off, but it could just as easily go towards 10,000, couldn't it? Just a reminder that later on today, this evening, I believe it's at 5. I believe it's at 5 Pacific time. You might want to check my channel. I'll be on again talking about Justin Downing and his pedophilic ways, and what he has done to his children, both physically and emotionally. I'll be talking to somebody who knows him, or thought he didn't know him quite well. But he has something to say about the indictment, so we'll have him on later on. Please join us. Yeah, I'm gonna end this stream pretty soon. I don't know. Bitcoin, I suspect it's gonna head more towards 10,000 than 20,000, but what do I know about the market? Answer: absolutely nothing. So I'm going to end it right here. Thank you very much for watching.